Hi, I'm Vicki Haugo. I'm with the Ogema Elementary School. I'm a second grade teacher here, and we are so excited today to have our new author with her newest book, Serafina the Ballerina, and her name is Duncan, and it was illustrated by Anna Lasand.
Let's read Serafina the Ballerina, and Anna's going to scroll through and show you the big pictures. Yep. Okay, you ready? All right. In a lush, bright green forest lived a beautiful snake named Serafina. She burrowed in a cozy home with her parents, Seymour and Sylvia. Getting the S memo yet? Everything's with S's. And her siblings. Can we all go like a snake? Her home was at the base of a tall papaya tree that glistened in the sun and bore juicy, delicious fruit. Who's eaten a papaya before? Aren't they so yummy? Okay, Serafina was also bright green with a pale yellow belly, big blue eyes, and long eyelashes. Her eyes twinkled when she smiled. She loved to dress up like a movie star, often trying on her mother's hats, scarves, and sunglasses. She was very loved by her family. When Serafina wasn't with her brothers and sisters, she spent her days playing with her friends. Serafina's best friends were Tiki, Bodhi, Mooney, and Jovi. Together they called themselves the Rainforest Kids. Tiki was a beautiful toucan. Which one's the toucan? Do you know? Right, the bird who lived up in the top of the tree where Serafina's family burrowed. Bodhi was a pudgy vampire bat. Do you see the bat flying around? Yeah. Monkey. Who hung out in a rickety barn on a cattle ranch near Serafina and Tiki's tree. Mooney was a white monkey with a quirky grin, and Jovi was mysterious and glamorous. She's the jaguar that you see there with a coat covered in spots. She had huge golden eyes. Gold. One day, Serafina asked her friends, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" She had a dream she'd been waiting to share with her friends, but she was so sweet and shy, often keeping her thoughts to herself. Bodhi, do you remember which one's Bodhi? Yeah. He's the bat, yep. Munching on guava, said as he was spitting out a seed, "I'm going to be a farmer and grow healthy, delicious food to share. I'm going to be an artist, a painter, so I can create something fabulous each day," said Tiki. She's the toucan. She giggled as she imagined her future, flying each day to her paints and easel, letting her colorful ideas spill out onto blank canvases. Mooney's dream was to sing and tell jokes. Who's a jokester in here? Oh, you guys are so funny. I can't wait to hear your jokes. He wanted to entertain everyone and make them laugh. Does anyone know what Jovi wants to be? Oh! Jovi wanted to be a fashion designer, creating lovely outfits that would someday be modeled by creatures gracing the runways and the pages of magazines. Serafina slowly slid in between her friends so quietly that she thought they would hear her heart beating. Never before had Serafina shared her true passion with anyone. Coiled there. What's coiled? Do you know what coiled means? Nope. That means yep. Well, she's coiled up like this. Her body is twisted around and around like this. Coiled there, she could feel the warmth of her friends as she looked up into the branches of the forest outlined by the sunny sky. Ready? Here it comes. Suddenly, she yelled at the top of her lungs, "I'm going to be a ballerina!" Can you say it back to me? I'm going to be a ballerina! Serafina's friends froze for a moment, holding their breath as they remained completely still. Finally, Jovi broke the silence. What? Jovi asked nervously, her golden eyes widening as she pictured her friend possibly embarrassing herself in a ballet class or even worse, on a stage. A ballerina, a dancer. I will have a sparkly pink tutu, a matching leotard, and a little tiara made just for me. Serafina beamed as she thought about her life as a real ballerina. Mooney interrupted. You can't be a ballerina. You don't have any legs, or arms, or feet. Tiki giggled at the thought of a snake ballerina and started laughing quietly at first and then a bit louder. The others started laughing when they heard Tiki's laughter. Pretty soon they all had the giggles. They didn't mean to hurt Serafina's feelings, but they couldn't imagine how a snake could move like a dancer. Serafina's cheeks turned bright pink. She was embarrassed. She dropped her head low, looked up shyly at her friends, and softly said, I am a dancer. I know I don't have any arms or legs, but I am a dancer. I am just a different kind, and I know dancing is inside of me. I just feel it. Serafina started to slowly slither home. Tiki and Bodhi flew quietly above her to make sure she made it to her house safely. Mooney swung from branch to branch, and Jovi slinked through the plants and grasses of the forest. Serafina muttered to herself as she glanced at her friends, I will show you. I will show everyone that I can dance. And then she said a bit louder, while she moved fast, can you move with me? Side to side. Go a little faster. Just watch this. Quickly, she tightly coiled her body, winding it around and around like boas do. She's a boa constrictor, using all of her strong snake muscles to suddenly spring through the air. She just went pooh. She sailed forward and sprang forth with such power that her friends again were silent, now in awe of her ability. Wow! Mooney yelled. That was awesome, said Tiki. Even Bodhi, who could not see because bats are blind, he could sense what was happening. He could feel Serafina soaring off the ground. Serafina was overjoyed. Now her friends could see and feel what Serafina knew in her heart. She was a dancer. And with that, Serafina knew she would make her dream of becoming a ballerina come true. She was so proud of herself for sharing her dream with her friends. We should have a show for you, Bodhi exclaimed, suddenly confident in Serafina's unique skill. Her friends agreed and went to work right away, telling all of the animals in the rainforest about Serafina's extraordinary show that was sure to dazzle them. Here comes my favorite picture that Anna drew. Ready? That night after a meal of spaghetti and mouse balls. Ew! She's eating mouse balls. Serafina mustered up her courage to tell her family of her dream of becoming a dancer. Even though she was scared, she knew she had to do it. Her dream was too big to keep to herself. I have an announcement, Serafina said to her family. They looked at her, eager for the news. I am going to be a ballerina. My friends and I are going to put on a show, and you are all invited. I will dance, and suddenly Serafina's brother Spike said, a ballerina? Good one. Last we checked, you don't have any limbs, sister. Spike was a class clown who always teased her. Where's my class clown out here? Oh, I knew you were. There's the class clowns. Brother Scooter smirked and joined in with, no arms, no legs, no dancing. And Sister Susanna rolled her eyes and added, ugh, you're so weird. All of her siblings think she's strange. I knew you wouldn't understand, Serafina said. I'll have to show you. She left the table and performed her signature move. Ready? Slither, coil, leap. We'll jump at the end. Susanna's mouth fell open as she squealed, "Amazing! I can't believe it!" Serafina smiled, knowing she had proven herself once again. She practiced her, ready, slithering, coiling, leaps, and expressions every day, often into the evening when her mother called her home for dinner. Oh, here comes Anna's favorite picture. Ready? Finally, it was the day of the show. All of the rainforest animals in Serafina's family arrived. Her friends had created a spectacular show, and Serafina's dance was its centerpiece. Tiki had set up her artwork by hanging painting on trees. See, Tiki's Anna, right? Bodhi brought baked goods made with food he'd grown in his parents' garden. Mooney greeted the crowd, told jokes, and sang about fruit trees. And Jovi was backstage fitting Serafina in her costume that she had made just for her friend's special debut. Do you know what a debut is?
No.
That's when somebody comes out to do something for the very first time. Debut.
Like a showcase.
Kind of French.
Like a showcase.
It was showtime. Serafina looked so sparkly and so beautiful. Friends, tonight is my pleasure to introduce to you Serafina the ballerina, said Mooney. The crowd looked confused, and the animals whispered to each other in worried voices. Serafina appeared from behind a tree with a pink feather tiara on her head, that's the little crown, and a beautiful pink tutu. She slithered forward. You ready to slither? Mooney began to play. Ready? A small little piano with his quick, small monkey fingers. Do-do-do-do-do. Serafina swayed to the music. Ready? Faster and faster. Go faster and faster. Oh my gosh, don't hit your neighbor. She moved back and forth, then suddenly, ready, coiled tightly. You're getting a workout here. Tighter and tighter, she wound her body as the music grew louder. Then Serafina jumped into action. Leap! Yay! Leap! Serafina launched herself into the air, moving with grace and ease, flying past the crowd like Bodhi or Tiki would with their wings wide open. She spun and she twirled on the tip of her tail, her tutu flowing wildly about. The crowd gasped, clapped, and cheered. Oh my gosh! Yay! Serafina landed with a tumble, but she kept on dancing. Leaping, coiling, remember? And leaping again until the song ended. She slowly coiled and rested, her head facing down at the stage floor. Everyone jumped up. Jump up, everyone! And cheered some more! Yay! Okay. Back down. You are fabulous. Serafina heard one of the parrots in the crowd exclaim. Another parrot chimed in, I've never seen a snake move like that. Serafina smiled as she listened from the stage. She was so proud of herself. She knew it was her hard work and sharing her dream that had brought her to this joyous moment.
Where's the bat?
That night, snuggled into her cozy bed, Serafina dreamed of perfect pirouettes. Do you know what a pirouette is?
Yeah.
That's when you spin around like this on the tips of your toes or your tail, and a grand jeté, and that's when you leap with your legs or your body wide open. Grand jeté that would let her fly across the stage. It was the night that she truly became Serafina the ballerina. And now she wrote you a poem. Can you believe it? She's so talented. She can write too. My friend, you can dance just like me. Dancing and twirling for all to see. Just do what you feel and let it all out. Twist, turn, and jump. Sing, step, and shout. We move from our hearts more than our feet, feeling each move and every beat. Dance is for all, no matter who. I am a dancer, and so are you. With love, Serafina the ballerina. The end.